Nothing's gonna stop us. Morning, boys. How's it going? Hard to not be excited about this beautiful Wednesday morning we got here. Got the Week 5 recap coming at you live on a Wednesday. Just starting out with some just hot cuts, some deep tracks, some just straight bangers. However you want to identify the song. I think it's top one of one on the Billboard charts of all time, I think, according to a recent survey. But anyways, yeah, Week 5 recap. We got a little bit of a weird one here. Sorry, let me turn off this. Can we turn off this banger so you guys can actually hear your favorite commissioner speaking? Yeah, we don't normally do Wednesday recaps, obviously, but obviously we had a game last night. The Bills and the Titans had some COVID shit going on this week, so the game got pushed back to Tuesday. So we had a Tuesday night game. We have a Wednesday recap, and then tomorrow we have Thursday night game. So a lot of things going on. COVID might be bad on all other fronts, but at least it makes football a little more fun and exciting here. Let me change the angle here. So yeah, let's dive into the matchups here. Let's look at the first one. First matchup we got this week is between Nate and Mitch. And Mitch, it was fun while it lasted. You had a pretty shitty season. I would just quit. I mean, at this point, you're probably not going to make playoffs. You're 0-5. You're in 10th place. Sorry, Mitch, I'd stop if I were you. At least you didn't get the weekly goal score. There's that. So Nate beat him 164-95. Pretty big ass kicking. Let's take a look at the matchup. Nate had double-digit points out of all of his players. The highest scoring person on his team was his defense, Baltimore's defense, 29 points. He also got 23.5 points out of Zeke. Helps when Dak goes down. Chris Carson got him 20 points. But yeah, I think what's the lowest scoring person on his team was his Mr. Irrelevant, Lamar Jackson, 14.5 points. He also had CeeDee Lamb on his bench, 20 points. Myles Gaskin on his bench, 20 points, etc. I mean, yeah, pretty good week out of Nate. Nate 1-4. 4-1 and in second place. Mitch, like I said, lost. He's 0-5 and in 10th with 95 points. He had, he had 31 points out of Patty Mahomes. And then he started Mo Alley Cox, who didn't even get a target, it doesn't look like. Or maybe he got a target, I don't know. He could have added all of his bench players to his starting roster, in addition to his starting roster, and he still would not have won. So Mitch down to 0-5 and in dead last. Only team left in the league without a win. Next matchup we have between Nick and Corey. Nick kind of got his he got the thrown a little bit last week. Nate took on Nate took on the amount of D's that he could handle and handled it swimmingly. Corey tried taking it on this week, and yeah, it did not work out for him. Nick and Corey, Nick won 118-102. Sorry, I'm trying to get this to load here. Apparently the Wi-Fi out at Fish Lake is not very good. Let's take a look at the matchup here. Nick, Deshaun Watson had 27 points. Miles Sanders had 24 points. That's about it. Trying to pull up the bench here. Oh, there it is. Henry Ruggs had 20 points on his bench, but a good manager wouldn't start him like Nick did. Corey had Russell Wilson, 26 points to estimate the Vikings. 30 points out of Mike Davis. Negative points from his defense. He had 2 players on his bench get 20 points, but whatever, he lost. So Corey 3-2. He's still above 500, guys. So I'd keep an eye on him. He is being a sneaky one this year. He typically is where Mitch is at right now and doesn't have a win, and he pretty much doesn't have any of his fab money left, but he's hanging in there. He's in 5th place. He's still making playoffs at this point. Nick is at 4-1 and is in 3rd place. Interesting point about Nick, though, that I noticed this morning as I was looking at this, is Nick has the 3rd fewest points scored in the league so far this year. So what I would say is, Nick, you're getting really lucky on some of your weeks here. You're getting guys on their off weeks, so take it while it lasts. Next matchup we got is the Kilkenny Mudcats and Mike against the Brady Bunch and Brandon. Brandon won 161-126. Brandon is up to 3-2 and in 4th place. Mike is down to 1-4 and in 8th place. Brandon almost had as many points as Nate, so You're almost as all-knowing as Nate is, which is kind of sad. Mike, let's see. You had Kyler Murray go off for 27 points. You had Travis Kelce get you 25 points. And you sat Darius Slayton, who got you 21 points. Shouldn't have done that. Wouldn't have mattered anyways, I don't think. But anyways, yeah, you had 126 points. That's usually not enough to win, and you didn't. So that's why you only have one win. Sorry, that sucks. Actually, I'm not sorry. Brandon, let's see who you had here. Jared Goff got you 25 points. Thielen got you 29 points. Todd Gurley got you 25 points. Robbie Anderson got you 20 points. Yeah, that's, I mean, pretty straightforward matchup there. I mean, nothing crazy. Yeah, moving on. Next matchup. We had, sorry, couldn't come up with anything clever there. So we have a guy in this league who is 0-5 in Mitch, who does not have a win. And we have a guy in this league who is 5-0 and does not have a loss. I think we all know what we're talking about was Perk. Perk does not have a loss yet. It's getting a little ridiculous. He puts up 132 points, 133 points, and he wins. Now, the reason he won is, I like to say, is when you face the weekly low score, which is Don, which is who he beat, and Don got the weekly low score with 88 points, he did not win. He just did not lose. You can't lose to the guy who scores the fewest points in the league of the week, I mean. So, yeah. Waiting, again, for this to load. Fucking Wi-Fi out here. Figured out Fish Lake. Perk, 133 points. Whatever. Not a great week, but not a terrible week. He had this quarterback called Dak Prescott. I say had because sounds like Dak probably isn't going to be in for the rest of the year. So, yeah. So, I mean, that kind of sucks for him, but is what it is. You gotta. That's why the waiver wire exists. You got to go out and get yourself a new quarterback. So, let's see who he had. Calvin Ridley got him 22 points. DK Metcalf 27 points. I mean, that doesn't surprise us there with DK. He had a bunch of players on a bye. Malcolm Brown got him 20 points. Don had Stephon Diggs get him 21 points. Matt Ryan got him 8 points. So, not very good for Don. Well, yeah, not very good for Don. Don, you're 1-4 and in 9th place. Perk 5-0 and in 1st place. I don't know who plays Perk next week, but figure it out. Beat him. Sick of this shit. All right, and the matchup of the week goes to Matthew and myself. So, Matthew, congratulations on making the matchup of the week. That's pretty exciting for you. Unfortunately, it did not work out for you. We had a very close matchup this week. It was going back and forth. But luckily for me, I had Josh Allen and Jonnu Smith going last night. And also A.J. Brown, who finally had his first good week of the year. Mostly because he's been injured all year. I beat Matt 132 to 124. Probably, I think the closest matchup of the week. We are both tied at 3-2 as far as records go, so we both still have losing records. But Matt is in 6th place and I'm in 7th place. So he is the he has sorry, what do I want to say? He has more points than me. So he's the last team in playoffs if they started today, which they don't. I am the first team out of playoffs battling for the plate if they started today, which they don't. A.J. Brown, well, DJ Moore, 20 points, I guess. A.J. Brown, 21 points. Josh Jacobs, 23 points. Jonnu Smith, 21 points. My defense got me negative points, so that's never good. Matt had Raplesberger with 21 points. DeAndre Hopkins, 25 points, and some other players do things. Sorry, some fucking Riceberg just went flying by here. Fucking chinks. Yeah, I saw Jamison Crowder. Pretty good when you're so good at fantasy football that you pick up a player on a team who has yet to win, who's probably tanking for Trevor. And you still find a gem in there that gets you 25 points a week. I mean, the fact that I'm 2-3 is laughable. It's unbelievable. I don't know. I don't know what other words there are for it. But I got my win. I got 3 losses. That's probably what I'll end up for the rest of the year. Let's take a look. I'm sure, I don't know if you've all saw it, but in case you didn't, I know like when I went on here, there was a big blurb that popped up that said transactions will be going through tomorrow, waiver wire transactions that is. So most weeks when it ends on Monday, when you have Monday Night Football, you have all of Tuesday to put in your things. It's the same thing. It just got bumped back a day. So instead of going through last night, it will go through tonight because yesterday was the last game. So you kind of have it. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of more condensed. But yeah, your waiver wire things will go through tonight or tomorrow morning or however that works. So go out, Perk, go get yourself a quarterback. My sources say he's going after Justin Herbert, so I would spend all of your fab money on him so Perk can't get him. Take a look at the matchup next week. I would say Mitch, I'd be really nervous for your matchup next week because you got Brandon and he just got bounced out of our guillotine league, so he's going to have one less league to worry about. So he might be focusing even more on this league now than ever. Nick, I got you next this week. Not sure how many Ds I feel like handling this week. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm usually all up for all the Ds that I can take, but we'll see. So anyways, if you guys have any questions about waiver wire stuff, throw it in the group Slack or the group message. Let us know. But yeah, keep an eye on COVID stuff. I'm sure a game will get pushed back this week, but who knows? So anyways, have a good one, guys. We'll see you next week.